So like I said, I am Dave, or Radio Dave. My story, in case you haven't heard it, a lot of you maybe have, if you're familiar with me at all on the social medias. This is going great. But for those of you that don't know, I'm coming at this like it's brand new. You don't know who I am. And so this is how we're going to do it. So I grew up in a Christian home, grew up in the church, and that was all I knew. Until I basically got out of Bible college, dropped out of Bible college, actually. So that's a whole other story in itself. But fitness was never really anything to me. And, East Coast, Newfoundland, most people down there are not fitness oriented. It's just the way it is. We're just not. So, it's not how I grew up. I didn't know much about it. I always kind of wanted, in the back of my mind, to go to the gym and stuff, but just never had really any interest in it. Not even sports. I wasn't really athletic. Unless there was a controller attached to it, then for sure I could get a touchdown or two. But if I run a temperature, I'm out of breath. That's how bad it is. Well, then anyway. It's not so bad now. It's pretty bad now. But it was worse then. I'm going to make sure this is recording. It is. We're good. Great. Because this is all gold so far. So eventually I I met a girl in high school who was also church kind. And, what do you do in East Coast Newfoundland when you go to church and you got a girlfriend? You get married, obviously. Married young. So we got married at 19, I think. I think we were 19. And we came up to Fort McMurray. Like I said, I went to Bible college, but we got pregnant when I was in Bible college. So and she was working, so I didn't want to make her work and have a kid while I was going to college. It just didn't seem right to me. And my parents were moving up to Alberta to get a better job, get a better life. So we said, okay, we'll meet them. We'll meet them there and move there for a couple of years, have the baby, Leia, and get our shit lined up, and we'll go from there. Then I'll come back to college after. And anybody that moves to Fort McMurray knows you come with a 5-year plan, and 20 years later, you're still here. That's just how it works. Everybody has that same fucking story. But we ended up getting divorced. Marriage didn't work out because we were too young. We weren't even finished growing up. So we were completely different people by the time we were divorced. We're good now. We're close now. We're more like brother and sister now at this point, which is pretty weird. I guess. It's kind of weird. But it works. It works. We're really good co-parents, and it works. But I did not handle it well. I did not handle it well at all. Coming from a church background, you knew you were supposed to get married. You knew that you were going to be together forever with 100% certainty. And then you don't. So all of a sudden, my world was upside down, all fucking topsy-turvy and shit. 100% something is going to last forever, and it doesn't. That fucks with you, especially when you grow up in a faith-based environment your entire life. And that's what you're taught to believe, raised to believe. So that fucked with me for a bit. Math, no longer worked. 2 + 2 no longer equaled 4. My entire universe was shattered. So I did what most people would do then, I guess. I went off the fucking deep end. Got deep into drugs, alcohol, fucking partying, just being an asshole. And I rode that wave for 7 years, probably, at least, before I started getting my shit together. It was a while. And then I met a girl while I was going through that, and she was going through some shit too. And so we kind of used each other to prop each other up, so we didn't die while we were going through our struggles, our addictions and shit. And so eventually we came out of it. We started going to church and got our life back together, and we ended up getting married. And if you know the verse in the Bible that talks about the parable of the sprinkling of the seeds, the gardener throwing the seeds, some of the seeds get snatched up, some take root, some are trampled, some don't take root at all. And the only way that I could make sense of it in my mind was because she fell away. She didn't stick with it. And I did. So the way I made sense of it was she was the seed that planted but didn't take root. It didn't stick. And the birds snatched it away or whatever. So she fell away. I vowed I wasn't going to let that happen to me again. I finally found my faith again and locked in on Jesus and getting my shit together. I wasn't going to let anything take that away, especially not another divorce. So we split up. And I vowed this time I was not going to take the route I did last time. With drugs, alcohol, and just fucking being an idiot. So I started going to the gym. My best friend Chad, he was my groomsman, he was there. And he grabbed me at my lowest point when I didn't know what to do. I knew I wasn't going to fall back into that same pattern of drugs and alcohol and partying, but I knew I had to do something to get through that, through that time in my life and deal with that energy and that negative everything. It was bad. So Chad grabbed me by the arm and he said, "You're coming with me to the gym and we're going to work through this the way we should work through it, in a healthy, positive way." So that's what we did. Chad started dragging me to the gym, and that changed my life. Chad saved my life, 100%. Because now I've been going, fucking 10 years to the gym, and going really seriously these last five or six. And I'm a personal trainer now. Gained 40 pounds of hopefully lean muscle mass. I've never got it tested, but definitely bigger than I used to be. And the gym changed my life. And had it not been for Chad, had it not been for the gym, had it not been for fitness in general, I know I would not have made it through that second divorce. Would not have gone well. I'd be in the ditch for sure. Definitely in the ground. So that's what the gym is to me. That's what working out is to me. That's what fitness is to me. And my wife now, Caitlin, I found a beautiful, amazing woman who believes in me, supports me in my fitness journey, supports me in personal training, supports me in my music. She's a big fan of my music. And that's what God had in store for me. So it took a while to get to this point, but God was there the whole way, even when I thought he wasn't. That's not where I thought this was going to go. But there you go. That's what got me into fitness.